Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jared. This is a quick video today, just a little bit of introduction to myself and what I'll be doing on this channel here. I'll basically be making some makeup tutorials, teaching all you guys the ins and outs of what I know about makeup, and hopefully along the way teaching myself something. This makeup tutorial today is a little bit of night glam, evening glam, really whatever you want it to be, take it as it is. All the products I use I'll be listing below and also mentioning throughout, but if you do have any questions, feel free to ask. I will be more than happy to help and more than happy to answer. Continue watching this video to find out how to complete this look, and please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much and it's going to help me out a whole buttload. Alright, so once we've got our concealer on and our primer, that's what we want to do is just grab your favourite foundation. Today I'm just going to be using my Kryolan Cream Palette Foundation, and I'm just using, it just looks like this, absolutely butchered because it's tits, and that's what I use when I do all my freelance. And like this colour, I don't know what it is. No, I don't know what colour it is, but S10, so we're going to use that. Then what you're going to do is when you're applying your foundation, you can use any form of thing. Again, you can use the fingers, whatever floats your boat. Today I'm just going to be using my Real Techniques stippling brush. It's absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend getting one if you were looking for a good stippling brush. Then I'm just going to be taking my cream foundation, dabbing my stippling brush in there a little bit, just like that, getting some product on there. Then you're just going to want to grab your brush and then just go for golden fade. Also, when you are applying your foundation, please remember down the neck, down the neck. Then what you're going to want to do is just grab yourself a nice big fluffy brush. Today I am just using my MAC brush, big, large, fluffy brush in the number 134. Then all you have to do is just simply select any kind of powder to set your foundation with. I'm using a translucent powder today. I simply keep translucent powder with me. It's simply loose powder with no colour. I find it the easiest just simply because I am doing a lot of freelance makeup. I don't have the space at the moment to be carrying around 50 different shades of pressed powder. So today I'm just going to be using this loose pressed powder by Face of Australia. That one is just in the colour translucent. What you want to do is just grab your powder brush, dab a little bit of that on there, and then we're simply just going to be putting that powder all over our face to set that foundation down so it doesn't move. Don't forget down that neck. So once we've got all of our foundation set and we've got all that in order, what we're going to want to move on to next is the eyes. So of course this is the main best part, love it, best part about doing makeup ever, my personal favourite. Hair, where is that? I actually have hair everywhere. Handy tip for everyone as well, when you are putting on your eyeshadow primer is one of the best things you could ever buy when you're possibly ever thinking about doing any kind of eye makeup. Not only is it going to let it stay all day, but when you're using a bit more like pigmented colours, like maybe you want to chuck some blue in there, even just your simple brown or black, it's going to make that colour pop so much. And for my eyeshadow primer today, I'm just going to be using my little trial size Urban Decay eyeshadow primer here, just in the colour needed. You're just going to want to take some of that on your finger, and then what you want to do is just put it all over your eye. I do also recommend, just for the look that we are doing today, just take a little bit of that colour, a little bit of that eyeshadow primer, just put it underneath your eye. For today's makeup, I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked palette. So for that first colour, we're just going to be using this one here, just in the color Naked. With this palette, what we're going to want to do is just grab yourself any kind of small blending brush. I'm using my MAC brush in the number 2117. What we're going to do is just want to grab a little bit of that color on there, just a little bit of a dab, tap off your excess, always good. Then we're just going to want to grab that color on our blending brush. We're just going to want to take that just in the outer crease of our eyes there, and just slowly blending that one. And then of course repeat the step on the other eye. Once we have that color on both of your eyes, what we're going to want to do is just head back to our Naked palette and just grab this color here called Back. Just a little bit of that. Tap off your excess, and then same deal, back into your crease. Just slowly blending that one. Then we're just going to be taking another blending brush. Once we have those two colors down, I'm just using this brush today, just by MAC. When it focuses, there we go, just in the number 286. So next I'm just going to move on to my Naked 2 palette, and I'm just going to be taking this color here, this one, just a little bit of that, just in the color Tease, excuse the brush. Then we're just going to want to take that color and just blend it out again. This brush is absolutely amazing for blending. The duo fibers make it so easy to blend out any harsh lines and really just give that airbrush effect. So once we have those two colors down, I'm just going to be moving on to one of my MAC palettes. I'm just using this color here today, that is All That Glitters. And we're just going to be taking that color and just placing it on our lid. For that today, I'm just using any old average flat all over eyeshadow brush. This one has no name, got it on eBay. It's whatever, does the job. And then again, we're just going onto the center of our eyelid here, not quite all the way into the middle. So once we have that color on by MAC, I'm just going to go back to my Naked 2 palette, take some more of that color Tease, and just blend out some more on the outside. So I'm just going to be taking that blending brush that we first used, just going back to our Naked 2 palette and just putting some more of that Tease color just below your lash line, just more focusing on the outer corner of your eyes. So I'm just going to be heading back to my MAC palette. Just going to be taking this color here, just in the color Embark. You only do need a very little bit of this, and we're just going to be putting a little bit of that in the outer corner of our eyes. Bring that color down below your lash line just a little bit as well, bringing it down about halfway. And of course just continue that step on the other side. You're finding when you are putting that on that you've got a little bit of what I'm going on here, a little bit too harsh a line, just go back to your duo fiber blending brush or any kind of blending brush you've got, and just simply blend that out. So just for our next feature color on our eyelid, I'm just going to be using the new Australis Acme Metallic Eyeshadows. I only just got this today, so I haven't tried it yet, so I'm very eager to see what it looks like, just as eager as you guys. And this color is in the color JZ from Get Out. So we're just going to take a little bit of that on our finger And then we're just going to put that on the lid, on our lid, where we put all that glitters before. Focusing mainly on the outer corner of your eye. So once we have that on that eye, on to the next. I'm just going to head back to my naked palette, and we're just going to be taking this goldy bronze color here called Half Baked. I just want to put that on the inner corner of our eye and a little bit over the top of that acne that we just put on. I don't know if it's called acne, but that's what I'm going to call it. Acne. Doesn't sound too appealing, but it looks good. So just take that color, starting on the inner corner of your eye, and just bringing it out a little bit, just over the top of that Australis color we just put down. I'm gonna head back to my Naked 2 palette and just take this color here right on the end. It is the best black eyeshadow you could ever buy, ever. It is so good, and it's just in the color Blackout. With this, you only do need the littlest amount ever. And then we're gonna head into the outer corner here and just simply put the tiniest little bit. So much better. Alright, so since we have those two down, I'm just going to go back to this Australis cream eyeshadow, and we're just going to put a little bit of that just under the bottom of our eyes, just to brighten those up down there as well. And I'm just taking this flat brush here, as it's going to be a lot easier to put it underneath the eye with the eyelashes. And this is by MAC, and it's just in the number 212. And just like we did before, just to go over that, I'm going to head back to my Naked 1 palette, take that color Half Baked, and just go over that a little bit. So I'm just going to head back to my Naked 2 palette, and we're just going to be taking this color here in the color Booty Call, and we're just going to be putting that on the inner corner of our eyes. For my eyeliner on top today, I'm just going to be using the Maybelline, is that right? Yeah. Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner, and this is just in color Blackest Black. And for that, to apply with, I'm just using my MAC 211 brush. So next we're going to move on to some mascara. The mascara I'm using today is by MAC. It is the Hot and Naughty. So mascara is pretty basic. I'm sure we all know how to put that on. So up and swish. So today for lashes, I'm going to be using these lashes here. They're by Eyelaw. They are the Katy Perry lashes. These are the, I don't have a number, they're just called Punk Princess. Just a little tip for you guys when you are putting on your false eyelashes. Just make sure when you are putting your eyelash glue on that you at least leave that glue to dry for around 30 seconds. Basically what that does is it lets the glue go tacky for a little bit, and the eyelashes are extremely hard to put on if the glue is not tacky. My favourite glue to use is definitely the Duo eyelash glue. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. So once you have those false eyelashes on, just let them stick down for a little while. After you feel as though they've been there for long enough, what we're going to do is we're just going to go back to our eyelash curler, and we're going to curl our natural lashes into our falsies. next we're just going to move on to one of my favourite parts, which is the brows. To do that first, we're just going to want to give those brows a quick brush. I'm using my Real Techniques brow brush. So once we have brushed those brows down, I'm just going to take my Face of Australia HD Definition Brow Kit. We're just going to take some of this wax cream colour on the end here. Just load your brush up with a little bit of that. Once you have that cream colour on the end, you're just going to want to put that just here, just on the edge of your eyebrow. There you have it, that's how you get your point with your brows, and of course do the same to the other side. So once we have done that with the brown cream, what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to grab this brown colour here, just load up my any old angled kind of brush, and then simply fill in the gap. So now once I have fully completed that eye area, this is where I like to go into my highlight and contour. So at this point, after I've completed my eye area, this is where I will move into my highlighting and contouring. What I'll be using for that today is that I will be going back to that Kryolan palette that we used at the beginning, and I'll just be taking this pale yellow colour from that particular palette. Basically what I'll be putting that on today is just with one of these. It's simply just one of those beauty blender things. This is not a beauty blender, it is filthy, I know. I basically just load that up with that colour, give it a little twisty roundsies in there. I've got about that much. This is going to do both under eyes. Then what you want to do is just grab that colour, pat it down gently under that eye, also under here, and then what I usually do is I grab the side that I haven't used and I simply just blend that out, like so. That was my phone. Then we're just going to go down the bridge of our nose, forehead, and here. Now that we have that highlight down packed, I'm just going to set that again with that translucent powder that we used at first to make sure that that sticks and stays. Today for my contouring, I'm going to be using my Kryolan blush palette. It has a wide selection of different blushes to choose from. I'll be using this colour here today. It is called Shading Brown. It is one of my favourite colours to use for when I'm doing my highlighting and contouring. What you want to do when you are doing your contouring is just want to grab your palette or whatever thing you choose to use. Today I'm going to be using this angled contour brush by MAC. It is in the number 100, and I'm just going to be loading this up a little bit. You do not need much of this at all. Just get rid of your excess, tap that off. You don't need much. Then all we're going to be doing is simply following the hollows of our cheeks. So we'll be going in here, on the other side, and then we're just going to put a little bit here on each side of our temples and blend that out. So once we have that highlighting contouring done, I'm just going to grab any old fluffy brush and head back to this Kryolan palette, and I'm just going to be taking this colour here just to bring a little bit of colour back to your face after we have used so many browns. Then simply put it just above where you have put your contour, just like that, and then bring it a little bit down and do the same to the other side. So now that we have done that blush, one of my favourite things to use after I've done my highlighting, contouring and blush is a highlighter. This highlighter that I'm using today is by Prestige. It is just called Loving Minerals. It is in the colour Sunbaked. So pure shimmer. All you got to do is simply load up the same contour brush you used before, give it a little wipe so you make sure you get that bronzer off, or blush as we used today. Load that up. And then all you do is you just put that just here, just on the top of your cheekbones. As you can see, it just adds the most amazing highlight. It is just the bomb diggity. So of course, once you have all that done, we're also going to move on to lips. The lipstick I'm going to be using for this particular look today is by Eyelashes. It is called WOOOO Lips, and this one is in the colour Parbury. Basically, I'm just going to start from the middle of my lip, and then we're just going to work our way out. I may even overdraw my lips a little bit on top, just to make them look a little bit more voluptuous, and also just to equal out on the bottom. Up a little bit, I'm going to be using this light purple lavender colour lip gloss. Just this little bit of purple over the top of this nude colour really does add a nice contrast, and it's just something a little bit different. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, thumbs up, subscribe. I'll put a link just here. Click it, subscribe, let's have a good time. I'm all up for it. And until next time, ta-ta!